Hello creeps! Andy here, and today I have an extreme horror book haul for you guys. Recently I've just been buying one or two extreme horror books kind of whenever I'm on Amazon, and I understand why people read them. Sorry, that was my dog sighing very aggressively. I understand why people read these so much because these books are so much cheaper than typical books. Most of them are novellas, but still like $5-10 for a little novella, it's worth it. So I've been picking some of these up just to kind of get ready for fall and October spooky season. And so we have these here today. I'm on a mission to try to find more extreme horror books that are both well written and have more under the surface than just gross to be gross. So that is what I'm doing here. I took some of your guys' suggestions on authors. Let's get on with the book haul. The first one that I purchased was The Things He Heard by Matt Shaw, and this one honestly looks like it's just gonna be really upsetting. So it says, Ben Kloss didn't have cancer. He had something else buried deep within, which he named his cancer. Others didn't know it was there, even though he tried telling them. Instead, they said he was fine and being silly and melodramatic. Even when his anger turned to frustration and streams of tears, they continued to say he was okay. Ben knew he wasn't, though, and the more they doubted him and didn't listen, the more the cancer inside him grew. See, this seems like it has deeper meaning already, and I think this is going to be really sad to read. It says he could feel it inside and it scared him. He knew that one day it was going to explode. What he didn't know was who would be caught in the explosion. The Things Heard and Said, the new horror novella from award-winning author Matt Shaw. So I don't know. I'm not sure if this one's sad, if it's extreme horror. Let me know if you guys have read these. The next one that I purchased was this. It's called Plastic Monsters by Daniel J. Volpe? Let me know. Anyways, this one, the cover definitely stood out for me. The back definitely seems like it's got a bit more going on than just blood and guts. And it says, beauty is ... pain. But for Pamela Rose, beauty is everything. She spends every day and almost every dollar fighting a losing battle against nature. When a young coworker comes to the office with a new set of breast implants, Pam's delicate psyche begins to crack. Dr. Joseph DeBiro used to make art from flesh and plastic, but after his release from prison, the only thing he's handling is a broom. He knows he has more to give to this world, and he's not done creating beauty. He just needs the right patient. As the madness unwinds, Pam and Joe find themselves performing vile acts from which there's no return. Will they save their souls or succumb to the monsters living inside of them? Wow, yeah, this sounds really freaking interesting, so super glad I picked this guy up. Again, it doesn't give like a warning of extreme horror, but that doesn't mean that it's not. And if some of these aren't extreme horror, I either found them on extreme horror lists or they said extreme horror on the website. I think I bought most of these from Amazon, so I don't know. The next one I bought was The Slob. This is by Erin Beauregard, and this is the same author that wrote The Playground. And I did enjoy that one. That one was not as intense as some of the other extreme horror books that I read, but a lot of you guys left comments. This one is the one that I think you guys had recommended and said that it was pretty gross. And my husband's like, do you know what this scene reminds me of on the cover? And I was like, our house if I didn't live here. I think I'm so funny. Anyways, it says, some stains don't come out. Raised in a household so filthy it was stomach spilling, Vera involuntarily evolved into a neat freak. Upon discovering she and her disabled husband Daniel are expecting, she needs fast cash. Her obsession with cleaning sprouts the concept that her skill will be put to use in a unique way. She takes a stab at the booming door-to-door vacuum sales business of 1988. All is going well until she arrives at the steps of the house that will change her forever. The steps of an evil that resurrects the ghostly memories she so desperately tried to wash away. Nothing will prepare you for the nastiness, disorder, and sickening horror brought forth by The Slob. Yeah, this one sounds like it's going to be pretty rough. Next up, I purchased Gone to See the Riverman. This is by Christopher Triana, and this one I had seen all over Book Talk. Pretty much anytime I go on Book Talk, I see this book being mentioned, so I was like, I gotta give it a try. I gotta test it out. It says, superfans, groupies, stalkers. I think this is one of the only ones that I didn't read the back before purchasing, just because I'd seen so many people buy this book. I thought I'll just go into it blind. But now we'll know what it's about. It says, these people will give anything for their idols they worship, be they rock stars, actors, or authors, or even serial killers. Lori's obsession is with Edmund Cox, who was convicted of butchering more than 20 women. She will do anything to get close to him, so when he gives her a task, she accepts. She has no idea of the horror that awaits her. Edmund says that she must go to a cabin in the woods and retrieve a key to deliver to a mysterious figure known as the Riverman. This already sounds so fun. She brings along her sister, and the trip becomes a surreal nightmare, one that digs up Lori's personal demons, the ones that she feels bound her to Edmund. Soon she will learn the Riverman is not quite fact or folklore, and definitely not human, at least not anymore. That sounds like such a perfect Halloween book to read. Let me know if you guys have picked that guy up. That sounds fun. The next one, this one is just so silly. The next one that I got was Harrison Phillips' Shotgun Nun. I couldn't pass it up. I couldn't pass it up. I want to know what you guys want to see with these books. Do you want me to just read them off camera and I could do an extreme horror video again? Do you want me to do specific ones and I'll do like a reading vlog through it? I think I'm going to do a reading vlog through the Slob just because you guys said it was really gross. Or do you guys want me to do a reading vlog where I read one of these a week? I don't know. Let me know. I never know what you guys want. I truly don't know, because I'll get a comment that's like, yes, I love these style of videos, and the next comment's like, I hate this style of videos. I never know what to give you. I'm sorry. But anyways, it just says, warning, this book contains scenes of explicit violence and gore. Sister Eloise only ever wanted to do her best. She wanted to help those less fortunate than herself. She wanted to support those most desperately in need. She wanted to offer salvation to those who needed it. But some people are beyond salvation. After a brutal assault leaves Sister Eloise with her body broken and her faith irreparably damaged, she doesn't know where to turn. But then a message from God provides the answer she had so desperately been seeking. All sinners deserve to be punished. Come on, that's so funny. I have to read this book. I'm very excited for that. Anyway, this one is the only one I don't know if it's actually an extreme horror book, because I found it on extreme horror book list, but then when I look it up, it doesn't say anything about it being extreme. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But this is To Be Devoured by Sarah Tantlinger. And the back here just says, oh, this is hard to read. Oh, maybe it doesn't say anything. These are all quotes. Okay, let me pull the info up on Amazon or whatever. And then I have two others after this as well. Okay, this just says, what does Carry On taste like? Andy has to know. The vultures circling outside her house taunt and invite her to come understand the secret hiding in their banquet of decay. Fascination morphs into an obsessive need to know what the vultures know. Andy turns to Dr. Fawning, but even her therapist cannot help her comprehend the secrets she's buried beneath anger-induced blackouts. Her girlfriend Luna tries to help Andy battle her inner deep darkness and infatuation with the vultures. However, the desire to taste flesh, to stitch together wings of her own and become one of the flock sends Andy down a twisted, unforgettable path. Once she understands the secrets the vultures conceal, she must decide between abandoning the birds of prey or risking turning her loved ones into nothing more than meals to be devoured. So this book, honestly, it just intrigued me. It sounded really interesting, and it sounded like there might be a lot there below the surface, you know, so I wanted to give this guy a read as well. And then really quick, I just purchased two other books. These ones were a little bit more expensive, however, so I purchased them on like an ebook of them. The first one is His Pain by Rath James White. You guys have recommended Rath James White books to me in my other extreme horror videos, but nobody specifically recommended this book, or I don't think you guys recommended a specific book from him. You guys were like, oh, you just have to read his work. So I got this one because look at this cover. How could I turn this down? This looks so interesting. I'm a little confused because right here it says it's 88 pages, and when I looked at it in my ebook, it said like hundreds of pages. So I'm a little confused about that, but other than that, it says, life is pain, or at least it is for Jason. Born with a rare central nervous disorder, every sensation is pain. I'm sorry, this just reminds me of SpongeBob when they're selling chocolates. I think it's the episode where they're selling chocolates, and he's like, my skin is like paper, my bones are like glass. I'm sorry. I feel like SpongeBob comes up in way too many conversations that I have as an adult. Sorry, okay. Every sound, scent, texture, flavor, Even every breath brings nothing but mind-numbing pain. This is not funny. I just can't stop thinking about SpongeBob. Okay, I'm sorry. His days are spent in a padded room, addicted to every narcotic known to man. At night, he is sealed wide. Can't I stop laughing? Okay, this is not funny. Stop. At night, he is sealed in a sensory deprivation bag to block out the entire world. Pain is all Jason has ever known about the world until the arrival of Yogi Arjuna of the Temple of Physical Enlightenment. He claims to be able to help Jason, to be able to give him a life of more than agony. But the treatment leaves Jason changed, and he wants to share what he learned. He wants to share his pain. From hardcore horror master Ralph James White comes a novella of pain, pleasure, and transcendental splatter. That sounds super interesting. I apologize for laughing. I just couldn't get that SpongeBob scene out of my head when I was reading that. Next, I bought The Cotton Candy Massacre by Christopher Robertson. And this guy, again, was pretty expensive. It was $17 on Amazon, so I bought an ebook of it. This one is 384 pages. So a little bit longer. This one does say, warning, this book contains scenes of explicit clownage and gore. Discretion is advised. Explicit clownage. That's hilarious. Winner of the Godless 666 Award 2023 for the best novel. Wait, Godless has an award for the best novel? Now I feel like I need to read their best novels and do a video on that. Let me know if you guys want to hear Godless best extreme horror books. Okay, it says the book you are about to read is an account of a tragedy that occurred at the reopening of Bonkin's Bonanza one day in the summer of 1989. Some came looking for fun, like Candy Barton and her best friend Lay. Others, like Rocky Road and that's funny, and Sully Sullivan, came looking for a second chance. Instead, they would find a twisted, funfetti nightmare. For many of the thrill-seeking and families visiting the Bonkins Bonanza, the day would be their last, and the events that have unfolded would go on to become infamously known as the Cotton Candy Massacre. This just sounds like a perfect read for October, so I don't know if I'll read it before then. I guess I will if I have time, but I have a few books that I want to read in September, so we'll see. Anyways, that is my extreme horror book haul for this month. Let me know what you guys think about these, and let me know if I missed out on any good books, if there's any others I should read, if you guys have read these, how you feel about them, all that kind of stuff, and what you guys want me to do with these books. If you just want a reading vlog or a full video, or, you know, let me know. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon with another horror video. Bye, guys.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.